Assalamualaikum di leen nuyu bu baax a baax di nuyu képp koo xamante ne mu ngi seetaan comme noo leen ko xamee rek it's your favorite TV Jimbala TV and your favorite presenter with Alpha Omar Barry. Today we are here with the Gene Master himself, the Global Early Adopters Network current president and the founder. Comme di la nuyu bu baax a baax di la wax ne rek welcome to Jimbala TV. TV boo xamante ne is all about awareness. This is the platform called the Youth Hour. Comme su ma déggee Youth Hour is all about youths. Lépp loo xamante ne ñu ngi ko waxtaanee fii dafa ay jëm si wàllu youth si in the Gambia. Comme before we go deep in the programme dinaa la bàyyi rek ak nga nuyuwante ak viewers and subscribers yi nga nuyuwante ak youth si biir Gambia fii nii. Ok di la jox parole.
Thank you so much, Bubakar Malani, Yasamit, and Dina Jajafal. Thank you so much for inviting me here at Dimbala TV with the Youth Hour program, and then I'm so happy to be here. My name is Alpha Omar Bari, and then I'm the current president and founder of the Global Adopters Network. And thank you so much for welcoming me regarding the entire Jimbala TV team. Thank you so much.
All right, it is a great honor to have you here as the current president of GENE, which is the Global Early Adopters Network, which, in my own point of view, is about networking and then it's about internet and stuff like that. So, how does it feel? Before going to my own questions, because as I know that you are their president, and then there are many things that you guys are doing as youths, because it's a youth platform, it's a youth group that you are leading as a president is not easy. So before going to my own questions, I would like to just ask you in your gene network, how does it feel to be a president leading so many youths and being there, being someone who they look up to? How does it feel?
Yeah, it's a huge responsibility. To be
So
honest with you, it's a very big responsibility because when you have young people behind you, it's like their parents, like they trust you, and then they're allowing young people and their children to come to your organization. Basically, it like I feel really proud, honestly, because when you see a lot of young people looking at you, as their leader and they're following your footsteps, it's a huge impact that I'm doing, and I'm really happy about it. And then one thing we do in our network, young people that are really interested in innovation and technology when it comes to IT. But then we mix two things. We don't only teach you IT, but we teach you technology and to be innovative and creative. So basically, that is what we do in our organization.
like in technology and stuff like that, it will help you to even be self-employed because as youth in the country, I don't think government can employ all. But with your this global early adopters network and the good job you are doing, it will enable most of the youths who are part of your association or organization to also have their own skills that will help them to create employment for themselves, and which is very important, and you are just doing a great job, and then we appreciate that a lot.
Thank you
Okay,
so much.
going back to the program itself, which is to discuss about the youth educational skills and development for the youth in the country, which is so important because most of the youth today have skills but they are not working, and which is very very important to talk about as youth, because who feels it knows it, isn't it?
Yeah,
So we
definitely.
are the one feeling it, so we are the people who should come out and talk about these things. Okay, the first questions we're going to talk about, problem affecting the youth in the country. What problems do you think are affecting the Gambian youth now?
Okay, thank you so much. I think when it comes to the problem of young people, I think we have a lot of problems that the current young people we are currently facing in this nation. But then one of the main reason I would say is the unemployment rate. Yeah, it is really a major problem that is really hindering, and it is also affecting our young people because We have young people that are already graduates, and then you have others still following their education and they're still furthering. But then at the end of the day, you will see a lot of young people. At the end of the day, they will graduate from school or from a tertiary institution, but then they will be still sitting at home without
So,
doing anything.
so,
So I guess if we have to tackle all those things, there are certain mechanisms that we should put in place
so.
to make sure that these problems, we bring out solution and other stuff just to mitigate this problem. I think we have a lot of work to do, especially when it comes to the infrastructure itself.
So,
Yeah, we need a lot of work to do when it comes to that. And then, because when you come to the unemployment rate, I think you have also what we call underemployment.
so,
You have young people that are put into positions which is not like it's not their position. Like me learning, for example, IT, and then at the end of the day, I will go to an office and then I'm doing marketing, like something different from what I have
what
learned
a plan, yeah,
when I was further in my education,
yeah.
for example, tertiary institution. So these are things that it's really affecting the young people. So I think these are things that we should really focus on and to make sure we tackle them.
The thing you just said here, I remind me of one thing, because in this primary school and senior and junior school, you'll be teach about SES stuff, English, maths, SES like science and stuff like that. At the end of the day, when you come to your tertiary institution, you will just focus on one area where, like example, some of like for me personally, when I was doing my tertiary education in I was doing accounting, but the subjects I was teach there, I've never even, so maybe some of them, but there are certain topics you have never even know they exist because it
Definitely.
seems like you start first.
Exactly.
So that I think that one also is a major problem, for the youths
Yeah.
in the country
Yeah. When
because
it when,
yeah.
when when it comes to that, I think like what we need to do, our educational syllabus,
So
I think it's high time we modernize it. Because one thing for example, what I will give you is I would go to school from primary school up to senior secondary school, and then from there, when I graduate, I would want to learn competing skills. Like I don't know how to use the keyboard, Microsoft, for example, and these are daily things that you really need in order
yeah,
to be in order position. For example, today, if you want to work as an office secretary, you should know how to
you
use
must
Microsoft
you
Word.
must know how to collect data.
Exactly.
So
And
and
then you
yeah,
must know how to type.
so
Example. So then, whilst you are at school, you are not doing any competing subjects regarding, okay, you have IT in other senior schools, but
so
then like the way we treat IT in the schools, I think it's really lacking behind. I think these are things that we should bring into consideration, and then these are things that we need to tackle. Honestly,
so
our educational system, it's really outdated.
which is to say most of the schools in the country should
Exactly.
have IT labs in their school,
Exactly.
which is
It's high
very
time.
important
It's
because
not even it's not even only IT. When it comes to science students,
science
for
students, yeah.
example, you will see a science student graduating from senior school, a science student that cannot tell you, okay, if I have to check your BP, okay, this is what I'm gonna use, and then at the end of the day, this is the outcome, and then you have to know how to read all these stuffs. Like
So
all these are basics.
yeah,
For example, check my BP for me. You have to know. But then you would go from grade 1 to 12, and then you are doing science. At the end of the day, you have to go to tertiary level in order to do all those stuff. So I think these are things that are really taking like our students behind. So we need a syllabus. We need to modernize our education, and then we need to do it now because like things are evolving, and then like we don't have time to go back.
sure, sure.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
that's right, and it is very important to talk about that issue, which is affecting youth a lot. And apart from that too, there are things that we know that it is very also affecting youths in the country, which is the skills area. Because gone are those days when we used to go to school, or when our parents used to go to school, they learn woodwork and metalwork. At the end of the day, nowadays, I really had that students are learning about woodwork and metalwork. And those days, at least when you are doing that, we do exams, and you will want to pass your exams. Then you go and practice at home how to create a chair. You go there and prepare and how to do this and that and that. Those days you see some talented students in WAS exams. Some of them will prepare a helicopter, some of them a beautiful house. Those practical times. I know. I think you also tackle
Yeah,
those
I
things.
fully
So,
remember.
but those nowadays those skills are gone. So why do you think those skills are removed in this level, or they are minimized there? Because for me, those are very important things. It teach the young generation or the youth on how to have the skills they need. So which is why it's very important. So how do you think about that?
Yeah, when it comes to, for example, what you are saying when it comes to woodwork and metalwork, I think those two courses are only offered when it comes to the upper basic side.
So
Yeah, because I could remember when I was in the upper basic, I did metalwork, and then when I went to senior school, there was no woodwork or metalwork for me to continue doing. So I think it's like you're teaching me something like just the basic, and then at the end of the day, I'm not gonna continue it. So why teaching me that basic at the first place? So I think if they really want us to continue doing metalwork and woodwork, like in a sense, to be at the end of the day when you graduate, like to be like you will be self-employed regarding the skills that you learn from school. But then they are not in the senior school.
yeah.
So if they want us to be doing those skills, and it should be, then let them go to the senior school also and implement those two courses for the students
So
to also continue learning from upper basic to senior. If you're graduated, you will have something to do after you graduate.
of course, even our sisters doing home science those days, so many of the majority know how to cook while in school, because those when you are cooking, it requires exams, and you know that you must pass those exams. So you become very vigilant of on what you are doing. Concentration, you give it 100% of concentration, and then which is why some of them they know how to cook during that period of time, and which is very important.
Yeah,
Without that, they can't.
if you can see,
Yeah.
home science, it's
Mhm.
being done at the upper basic level,
Yes,
and then
senior
it's
school.
being done at the senior
Yeah,
school.
so
So why not woodwork and metalwork the same thing?
yeah,
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 definitely, it's a problem, and then I think it should also be tackled as well.
yeah. Apart from that, because not everybody, not all the youths are going to school, and not all the youths have been to school before.
Exactly.
But and it is very important. Youths that go to school and that don't even have don't go to school. We are all youth still. We are all future leaders. So what are some of the skills you think youths can engage on to earn a living
Yeah.
without these school issues and stuff like that?
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
You have a lot of skills when it comes to the country. You have plumbing. I think you have electric jobs. You have construction. You have all that. But then the question is, are you willing to do it?
So,
And then we even have agriculture here. And
mhm,
agriculture,
mhm, it's free.
exactly.
So,
But then I would tell you this. I would tell you one of the reasons why the young people of this nation they don't want to involve themselves when it comes to agriculture. For example, today,
yeah,
if I was doing agriculture
yeah,
and you are a doctor, for example, and then at the end of the day we were just in a gathering sort of.
yeah.
If I introduce myself as an agriculturist,
Mm.
people will see me like because what I will wear is not
It's
presentable.
representative.
Though I'm not saying all,
So,
but you know what
no,
I'm
I
saying,
know what I'm saying.
especially when you go to the rural
Rural
areas.
areas, yeah.
Exactly. So you being the doctor, you're wearing a costume, you're looking awesome.
It's
So
just like judging the book by its cover. Yeah, it's
exactly.
all the same. Yeah.
But the issue is people in the agricultural sector should show the
Mhm.
young people that this is what is in agriculture.
So,
Like there is you can earn a living in agriculture. You see, but then those doing agriculture, it's like whenever they come out, it's like they are living in a poverty. It's like they are struggling. So which is why just go to schools and go to a class and ask how many of you school, how many of you will want to do
To be a farmer.
agriculture? Nobody.
Nobody will say I want to be
Just
a
ask them
farmer,
who wants to be a doctor,
a doctor,
who wants to be a nurse.
nurse. Yeah.
I think we should modernize our agricultural sector too. I think we should invest in it. We should invest in it. Like the government and both public and private sectors should invest in the agricultural sector because there's a lot in agriculture.
So there is a lot, there is a lot. And then agriculture is the backbone of West Africa. So as they told us, and which is very important with agriculture, which is why today we are living and we are healthy and we are eating every day. It's because of agriculture.
Exactly.
So the government should help use and then go back to the land and then do what it needs to be done. Then we can send youth to do agriculture. It's very important.
Yeah.
And even some of them will see that youth of Gambia are not willing to work, and which stressed me a lot because as a youth you want to at least make your mama proud,
Yeah,
because
that's
if you
most
say
definitely.
youths are not willing to work, which means they don't have family to who depends on them or stuff like that. Gambia, we all know that the majority of the family are extended family here.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
and in the family, you see that there will only be one breadwinner who will be there, and then trying to take care of all the family, and that is not easy. So, as youth are not willing to work, that saying is crazy.
No, it's not like the youths are not willing to work.
Yeah.
You see the young people migrating from Gambia to Europe.
So,
They're dying. Why do you think they are migrating?
to
Eh,
go and work. So that's it.
Exactly. It's because they believe
So,
that,
so is it that Gambia don't have works or youth are not willing to work?
okay, I would not say Gambia doesn't have job opportunities, but then I would say that opportunities are not given to the young people.
So,
You have a lot of young people up there. Right now, they should retire at this time. One thing we should do is we should give the opportunities to the young people. But then, I'm sorry to say, there are some people up there. No, they have been working since we were not born. So the young people, they deserve the opportunities.
so
Yeah, I think the opportunities are not being given
for
to the
them.
young people. Yeah, so I guess that the people high up there, like our fathers, our uncles, our grandpas, I think it's high time they give the
For
baton
them
to
to
us
retire.
so that the young people can also have something to do at the end of the day.
So the relay race is not going well. So the
Mm,
buttons are just being kept by them.
exactly,
They are not giving it to the young people,
exactly.
and which they should do. They should consider of doing is very important because the young people are hungry. They are hungry to work, but there's no opportunities given to them, as you said. All right. The following question will be, as it is very important too. Is about politics because they said youths are leaders of tomorrow. So if youths are leaders of tomorrow, do you think that youth should involve in politics?
Thank you so much. This is a very important question.
So,
See, this is what I always say. You see, if we are the if we are the future leaders of tomorrow, I think the future starts now.
so,
It's high time young people takes up leadership positions.
so,
You see, we should be involved in everything when it comes to policy making, decision making. There are certain things that young people should be involved with because if you are seeing like all these laws coming and then you are not seeing young people involved in it, or then you are not seeing like being more supportive of the young people, but then it's always the other way around. So I guess it's high time young people get into politics.
so,
If we want to change anything, we should take leadership role. Young people should step up. Let us involve ourselves in politics. Let's stop saying that, oh man, we are the young people, we should not do politics. No, it's high time we involve ourselves in politics, and it's high time us we should start taking up decision. We should
also,
start being part of those that are taking the decision when it comes to policy making.
yeah,
We should be involved because we are the future leaders of tomorrow.
yeah. That's the fact, and that should be, because majority of the youth today think that politics is a waste of time, and then if you involve yourself in politics, you become like you're just going around stuff like that. But politics is part of you, and it is in your everyday life.
Exactly.
So even in families, there are politics and stuff like that.
Exactly.
So it is something that you cannot run from. So it's something that you have to do, and you have to put yourself in it. You have to take part in the planning, in the and everything that the government is doing, because the government is here for the people and for the people. So which is why the youth are part of those people, because we are the future leaders. If we cannot be future leaders if we don't take part in politics, you
Exactly.
cannot be a president when you don't do politics. You
Exactly.
cannot be a mayor or any other position in the government when you don't go in for politics.
Exactly.
So, which is why it is very rare for me, in my own point of view, for a Gambian youth to be elected in those type of positions. You just only see those old men and women in those positions because why? Those are the people that are involved in politics.
Politics. Exactly.
So, which is why, and it is fair.
Exactly.
So they go in
So
for the places, which is why they have.
exactly, like I always say, it's high time young people
Yeah.
involve ourselves into politics because we are just here complaining.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we just elect people, and at the end of the day, we let them decide for us without them knowing what we really want. So if we want to change that, let's involve ourselves in politics. That's the fact.
That's it, and that is a very good one. If you are youth out there, and then it will be very important and a very good thing to do when you involve yourself in politics. Don't say that politics is not good, politics is this and that. No, bro. We all have to be in politics. In order to make changes, we should all be in there. So, Alpha, it is high time we talk about something very important too, which is something which is the biggest thing which is affecting the youth in the country, which is drugs. Most importantly, this kush and stuff like that. It is very harmful, and it is something that is damaging our youth and something that is deadly. So what do you have to say about that drugs?
Yeah, it's so unfortunate that the course has took lives of our fellow young people in this country. It's like another countries too. It is so unfortunate. But then I think there are certain mechanisms that if we put in place, we can eradicate the presence of kush and other forms of drugs. But then you see all these drugs, if you look at it, like the young people are the ones involved in these drugs addicts and stuff. But then also we are calling on the security forces also for them also to help us so that all these schools on other drugs uh, like they wouldn't have the chance to bring it inside this country. So I guess it's not only the security forces, but also we can also do something in our communities. We can create awareness programs and start telling the young people that okay, if you take course, this is the effect and this is the damages. It's high time we create awareness. You see, without awareness, we cannot achieve anything.
So
Okay, you will see me, for example, I'm your friend, I'm using push, and then I will tell you, man, it's so lale push. Do you dara? And then you can binen move. Hi,
so
slow.
yeah,
And then I would also say, oh man, kilu mo wani make no sense.
makes
Then
no
I'm a
sense.
test my
Yeah,
hole.
what they say.
So by my test my hole, boom. That's how it goes.
Yeah,
So I think, but then if we tell them the money, so lale push, si bamel being them.
they got them.
I think there are a lot of young people that will not touch books. And then at the end of the day, we're seeing our security forces are doing a great job.
Yeah,
Yeah, currently they are
they are
patrolling day and
patrolling.
night. So I guess it's not only them. Like I said, we can do a lot of impact when we go when we create awareness when it comes to the community level because it's our fellow brothers and our sisters. So we can also do something. We
Mhm.
cannot let the government doing everything, I guess. But then I would tell my fellow young people out there that push doesn't heal, it
So,
only damages. And drugs are not good. I think we can focus on something else, but rather than drugs.
so, and that is a good advice and a good idea too. Which is very important to talk about as youths. because we are the youth and we know what is going on. There's nothing hidden to us. So our fellow youth are dying every day because of this harmful substance, and which should be stopped, and which should be something which we should talk about and tell our fellow youth. You know, it is harmful, and we have to be very very careful about it. Alpha, it is very important because time is going, and then I know there's no more time. We just leave you to have your final words with the audience, and then before we go out.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Babukar, my host, and then the entire team of Jimbala TV. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And then the Youth Hour program, it's really amazing.
So
And then we hope it continues, and then we'll see a lot of young people on board
yeah,
so that we can share ideas. Like I said, it's all about awareness, and then we should bring the young people on board. And then at the end of the day, I think we can have a solution, inshallah.
yeah, we must have solutions.
Yeah.
As I tell you, it's a program which is very very important. Keep following, and then we hope to see you next week, inshallah, on this platform again, which is the Youth Hour. Like we said, it's all about the youth. Stay tuned with Jimbala TV and with your host, Rani Prince. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Babuga.